As you can see here, the deoxygenated blood goes through the right atrium and the right ventricle in order to go through the pulmonary artery, and the oxygenated blood goes through the left atrium and left ventricle in order to go to the aorta. Here is an extraordinarily perfect representation of all the parts of the heart. So you got the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, tricuspid valve, right ventricle, right atrium, left ventricle, pulmonary vein, mitral valve, pulmonary artery, and aorta. And also, you can't forget the pulmonary valve and the aorta valve.
To check your heart rate, check your pulse by counting the amount of beats in your wrist or your neck for a short period of time, and then multiply the number by a factor to get your beats per minute. To measure blood pressure with a cuff, sit on a chair and take the cuff and place it 2 to 3 centimeters above your elbow, and then tie the cuff. Inflate the cuff at 3 points higher than the expected systolic pressure. Listen for pulse and release the cuff while the needle is going down the blood pressure. When the needle spikes, that's when you stop the cuff to read your blood pressure and record your readings.
Here my friend is trying to put the blue string through the right atrium and the right ventricle in order for it to go through the pulmonary artery. Here is he's trying to put the red string in the left atrium and the left ventricle in order for it to go through the aorta.
What happens to the heart when oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood mix together as a result of atrial septal defect? Atrial septal defect is a congenital heart defect that causes a hole in the atria. As oxygenated blood enters through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium, a hole is seen in the atria because of the defect. The oxygenated blood then flows into the right atrium into the deoxygenated blood and begins to mix. When these two blood mixes, it creates an offset of oxygenated blood that is entering throughout the body. As a result, the blood has to pump more harder for the oxygenated blood to pump throughout the body to supply enough oxygen for the rest of its organs.
Mango, 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 mango.